You are about to witness some extreme paranormal activity caught on camera.
Paranormal activity has been caught on video surveillance camera at an empty middle school in the middle of the night. First, a backpack flies onto the floor. Then a poster flies onto the floor. Then you see a chair starting to move across the floor. Then here are some orbs that are flying across in this building. Late at night, the security camera catches a ghostly-like figure at a newly constructed home. Now this home may be near a cemetery, which is the reason why this ghostly figure is appearing at night. Now in this room there is some kind of figure that appears after a light flashes. Now this could be some paranormal activity or maybe an artifact. Now this to me looks like a spirit rising from a deceased body. Now in this garage it appears that there is a ghost driving that little Jeep. Now in this vision center, a box of eyeglasses fall to the floor. Now I believe a ghost is in there. Near this desk you will see some kind of orb float by. Once again, this could be a ghost. Here's another orb-like figure in this security footage. Now this could be interference in the lens or maybe a ghost. Now this rocking chair starts to move by itself. Then some items fall from the shelves. And then again, some drinks fall off the shelves right here. I feel like ghosts are trying to tell somebody something. Then right here, office chairs moving around by themselves. Once again, another office chair moving around in the office. Now these chairs moving around remind me of what was happening at my old house, where things were moving by themselves across the floor, aggressively. As you witness here, this box just comes out of nowhere and starts moving by itself across the floor in the garage. Then the lid opens up by itself. This light fixture up in the foyer starts moving by itself.
If there's a spirit here, can you move that light up there? I want you to move the light. Whoa, look, there it goes, there it goes. It is moving right now on camera. It is moving right there.
At this point, I'm doing a spirit box session, and this happens.
If you are here, show me a sign.
When doing that spirit box session in that garage, it said stalk. And I think it has something to do with that stalker who has been stalking me for years.
Years ago, I had to make a difficult decision to relocate due to stalkers who have become obsessed with me and a member of my household. It was a terrifying experience knowing that our personal information got into the wrong hands and was possibly being shared online, exposing us to scammers and more stalkers. The fear of uncertainty, of having to uproot our lives and start over somewhere new was overwhelming. That's why today's video is sponsored by Aura. Aura provides you with online security and peace of mind, alerting you when your personal information is being sold on the dark web or by data brokers, and automatically removing it from these websites. In today's digital age, it's more important than ever to protect our personal information. Just recently, AT&T revealed that over 73 million customer records were released on the dark web. They recommend using strong passwords, monitoring account activity, and considering credit freezes or fraud alerts from credit bureaus. But with Aura, you don't have to worry about downloading several different apps or constantly monitoring your information. Aura is always working in the background, keeping you and your family safe. It's like having a digital shield that protects us from the dangers of online stalkers and data breaches. I value my privacy and I value yours. You can go to aura.com/RolandWithMe to start your 2-week free trial, also linked below in the description. Don't wait until it's too late to protect yourself and your loved ones online. Try Aura today and experience the peace of mind knowing that your personal information is secure. Now let's get back to the rest of this video.
Oh my God. Okay, all right. Somebody in here? Somebody in here?
As you see in that Ring security camera footage of me doing a spirit box session in the garage in the house up north, both the Corvette and the Tesla frunks popped open. Now, I'm starting to think that there's a big connection between what happened with those frunks and what just happened here the other day with that frunk popping open on that Tesla. And not only that, the tailgate was going up and down and the horn was beeping. And what comes to mind? Paranormal, ghosts, right? But when you have a vehicle that you can control using a smartphone app, then you start to wonder, maybe somebody is accessing the apps that control the vehicles. And who is that somebody? That stalker woman. It was a few years ago, I had upgraded my iPhone, and so I still kept the other one. And I still had the apps for my Tesla and the Corvette, so I was able to control it, start it from remote and everything using my iPhone. I don't know where that iPhone went. It just disappeared between there and moving here. I just lost track of it. I was using it for a while with my other iPhone to record videos with it and also just to control both vehicles. And then I just don't know what happened to it. Now I'm convinced she stole it somehow. And why am I convinced? Because this happening with the Tesla, her knowing where I am, tracking me down, she has to have my phone. There were other apps that would show a map of where I've been and where I'm going, right? She can probably see that, especially with the GPS in the Tesla. So I'm thinking she has my old iPhone. And that may explain why I've been locked out of some of my accounts. And I'm like, what's going on? This is weird. And then I had to call support for one of the accounts associated with my bank because I couldn't get into it. And there was too many attempts to get in. That's what I'm thinking. What I'm also thinking is she is logged into my Ring cameras on my old iPhone, and she's watching me wherever I go in sight of a Ring camera. So when I was in my garage where there's a Ring camera, the front pops open on my Tesla. Up north, when I was doing a spirit box session, both frunks popped open. So maybe she's trying to get a reaction from me and watch it through the Ring cameras. Here is some more paranormal activity caught on camera. Then we'll continue to the insanity that's been happening to me.
Late at night in this grocery store, the security camera captures a shopping cart moving by itself. Now I believe this could be in a ghost town, and the ghosts are looking for spirits in the store. Now in this office, there's these office chairs that start moving by themselves. Now, when I was a kid, I liked rolling around in the office chairs, and so the ghosts may be young at heart and having fun. In this room, it looks like there's some orbs floating around. Now, these could be spirits, or they could be bugs that are reflecting in the night vision. In this room, there appears to be a ghostly figure. Looks more like a remote control for a Sony PlayStation that's floating around. Could this be a ghost or an inflatable helium balloon. Right here looks like a ghostly image walking by. Let me know what you think this is.
I am intrigued on what has been caught on the video surveillance cameras. A lot of it seems to be very hard to explain other than paranormal. Wait until you see what happened back in these woods. All right.
Back in there again. She's playing games with me right now. Someone just yelled my name. I just heard someone yell Bobby, and it was coming from back here.
I started walking back to the house, and then it sounded like her voice saying, "Turn around." And it sounded like it was coming from right back in there somewhere. Somewhere straight ahead. She could be. Sounded like she just yelled in the distance, back in there somewhere. You know what? I'm smelling. It smells like somebody's perfume. Oh, it's probably hers. That's what it is. What I do is follow the smell of the perfume. God, yeah, I smell it. She's got to be down there somewhere. The wind's blowing this way, and I'm smelling perfume. What is she spraying the trees or something? You know what? I just need to get out of here. I need to go to Florida. I was supposed to leave early this morning. Let me just go. I got a package coming tomorrow. Trail cam's coming. I'm just gonna get away for the day. I wanted to do the whole weekend. Maybe come back, put up the trail cams, then leave again. So I need to get away from here. Guess what's in the woods right now? Right now. Back in here. I was just editing this video, so I wanted to get that done and then leave here. And somewhere in here, there's $1 on the side of a tree. You know what? I'm just going to look around, and if I find a tree, I'm going to record it, and I'm going to take that $1 and see if she's written anything on it. Right there. Huh. She puts $1 on a tree. Why? It's got to be her. It smells like perfume around here. She put $1 on a tree. Really? Wow. You know, I mentioned that she was a gold digger, right? You think she's trying to tell me something in regards to money? I think she's starting to become cryptic now. Now she's gonna what? Have some kind of messages that I gotta try to figure out. You know, some kind of code. I'm on my road trip, Florida bound, because I need to get away. I don't know why this psycho's now leaving $1 on a tree. Like, what's wrong with her? I wish I knew what it meant, putting $1 on a tree. I didn't see anything written on it. I mean, there are serial numbers on there. I wonder if the numbers on the dollar have anything to do with anything. Is there any significance? What is she trying to tell me? I am so sick and tired of this. She followed me here to the store. So I stopped here on my road trip. And now I look all the time. I look. I'm not getting too close, but I look. I look. I normally don't look at my windshield wiper blades to see if there's anything left there, but now I do. Every time I come to the car, I'm constantly looking, and this time, there's something there, and it's a picture. This is a picture of me. This picture, there's no way she would have this picture. Unless she has my iPhone, and that proves she's got my iPhone, because this picture was on my iPhone. I have older pictures on my iPhone that I kept. Yeah, because this was up north. I remember this. Yeah. So now she's, what, printing out pictures from my iPhone? What's she gonna do now? So she does have my iPhone. Without a doubt, she's got my iPhone, because this is right in my iPhone. I can't even speak now. Look, I'm stuttering. My iPhone pictures. This is... Wow. She's here somewhere. And she picks a gray SUV. I wonder why. Why gray of all colors? Oh, because I have a gray Tesla? Because I usually have gray cars? That's what it is. She's so obsessed with me, she wants to copy the same color vehicle. Why? All right, well, I'm not letting this stress me out, so I am continuing my trip. I gotta stop and do a Tesla charge. And, yeah, gotta go. Exciting, huh? Wish I could just snap my finger and be where I need to be. At the same time, I'm actually looking for this gray SUV. Like, I want to see if she's around here anywhere. Ugh, God. Okay. I put this right here down, and this falls out. I don't put dollars in here. She's using my old iPhone as a Tesla key to get inside. So she doesn't have to put stuff in my windshield wiper blade. She could just put stuff inside my Tesla too. I'm gonna check it just around the perimeter here, see if she's anywhere to be found. I don't get it. I changed the credentials in my app, so how is she still able to access my Tesla? I'm done with all the drama. All of you are amazing, and I'll be sharing some clips as I'm exploring some places. There is a haunted place of interest I want to check out, and there's some other great places I want to explore. Finally made it back home, and I got to finish editing, because I'll edit a little bit here and there instead of doing it all at the last minute. I just heard whistling out here, and this is not the first time I heard it, because I've heard it up north. And when I went to that place in South Carolina at the condo, I heard it a few times that way too. Hasn't been long since getting back here from my Florida trip. I spent a few hours there. On my way there, I'm stopping at a grocery store, and then what happens? She leaves a picture of me on my windshield wiper blade, and it was an older picture from my iPhone. It was a picture that somebody took of me when holding my iPhone, and no one else should have had that but me. I hear somebody now.
swear I just heard something back here again right now. I swear, it sounded like a whistle. Again. Something back here. Why do I have to deal with some friggin' psycho stalker woman who has nothing better to do but come back here? Why? Was she leaving more money on the trees again? Okay, all right. Whistle. Somebody just whistled from over here somewhere. Somebody just whistled. What the hell? Why? All right, psycho woman. You know, I'm really getting tired of this. Like, why bother me? You know what? I'm going inside because I need to take a shower. I'm not dealing with this. I'm just getting back inside. All right. I'm blinded. I can't see where I'm going, but I'm heading in the house, take a shower, and finish editing this video. All right, bugs are getting me. Okay, something just got on me. I don't know what it was. There's a lot of bugs out here. Oh my God. I have no idea.
I am convinced this is the same stalker woman. It has to be. She's got my iPhone. She's using it to log into my apps and control my lights in my house, because lights have done some strange things in this house as well. So it's not just my Tesla, it's the lights and smart devices doing weird things. And they've been doing this for a while, and you guys have seen that on video. And I don't know what is bringing her to do this. Now, these clips here that I'm going to insert about how my circumstances were back when she was stalking me seem to be very similar to what's happening now. So let me know what you think about that, and then we'll move on to something that I recorded the other day right after this.
Trying to get away from that crazy woman, and it's ironic that I happen to be right here where it all started, right at this pool here.
You know what I've been dealing with when it comes to this crazy woman that I happened to just discover in a very unpleasant way last year when I was living in South Carolina in the townhome. It's something that I thought I would never deal with again, but apparently she is following me for some reason, but not close enough to where it would be considered, I guess, maybe it is stalking, but can you prove that it's stalking? Because she's keeping her distance, but yet I noticed her. That's the thing. I mean, she has the right to go to the park. She has the right to go to public places and shopping. One thing she hasn't done is come here yet. But I mean, if she did, then at that point, I believe, then we would say that's a solid, that's solid evidence that she's stalking. She's stalking me. She's doing something. I don't know what it is.
Things are just nonstop. And if it's not the stalker situation the other night, it's this. All right. Once again, I heard the loudest bang coming from here somewhere. What the hell's going on? Is there any spirits in this attic? Let me know.
As you see, I was going in the attic to find out what was going on because I was hearing the bang and it sounded like it was either coming from the roof or the side of the house. And when I moved down here, I was hearing the same things. So I'm thinking this stalker has something to do with it. What does she have? TNT or fireworks or... I have no clue. There is a lot of fear of uncertainty when it comes to what is going on in this world. Many of us worry about what tomorrow brings. We worry about our safety. We worry about whether or not we're going to be able to keep our jobs, be able to keep our homes, be able to stay with our family or friends. There are so many things that are complicating our lives and creating so much fear. And we're worried about this big divide of this world. We're worried about these wars, we're worried about the inflation, worrying about how people react to all of that, the insanity that's going on out there. Are we able to survive these kinds of times? How are we going to deal with it? And worrying about our future generations, worrying about our family, our kids, those who are going to be dealing with what's up ahead. How are we going to survive all this? These are many things that many people are worrying about. A lot of things have happened since the pandemic. It has taken a toll on our economy. It has taken a toll on the lives of many people. So many people have lost their loved ones, their friends, and it has become a very emotional time, and so many people lost their jobs, their homes. Inflation has taken over, and then we've gotten help from our government. Some of us had stimulus checks. Some of us had other programs to help us make it through these hard times. And then there's speculation going around where now some of that has to be paid back, and people are so scared about how they're going to be able to make ends meet if they have to pay this back or pay that back when it wasn't originally a loan to begin with. And so with all this fear of uncertainty going on around here, it's really creating a very tense environment, and people are becoming very on edge, very unstable. And, I had to ride this wave since the pandemic, and many of you out there had to deal with this, and the uncertainty of what's ahead, the disagreements in different countries, just the fear of what could be the result of all these disagreements, the tension between countries, the tensions that you hear about going on in Russia, the things going on in China, and, just all this stuff that just brings us fear. The world, it would be a much better place if everybody got along and everybody was able to work together to make this a safer place. And it's not a good thing to wake up every morning wondering what's going to happen. Are we going to be under a attack? Is there going to be a war? Are we going to, have to get a bunker? Are we going to go underground? Are we going to be living underground? Is there going to be some catastrophe? Is there going to be some catastrophic event? There's just so many variables and so many things that many people are worrying about. Now, I'm not saying the whole world is worrying about things. Some of us are just tuning these things out because we're trying to be happy. We're trying to live for now, and we're trying to not have things weigh us down and stress us out. And some of us who are able to detach from that and be self-sufficient, it's a great thing to be able to tune a lot of things out, but not all of us can because we're connected to the world in so many ways. So it may be difficult to separate ourselves from everything that's going on in this world. And I see how it's affecting people in the community. I see how it's affecting people online. And, people are very uptight lately in the last year or so. It seems like it's just getting worse. I have trust issues myself, but I'm starting to see a lot of people where they are having a lot of trust issues. And it's crazy when you start seeing no trespassing signs all over houses, and people just, I don't know, they're taking things to other levels. Some people are just getting out of control and being aggressive. And, it's nice to be in a community where I'm away from that. But when I go on my road trips, especially when I go down to Florida, things get a little out of hand when you see how people behave in certain parts of Florida. I'm like, wow, wow, this is insane. People are just going mad. And not only that, it seems like this stalker woman who has been obsessed with me. She wants to move in and marry me and travel the world with me. And she assumes I have all this money and she just wants to be part of that. And she's so misinformed because, when the pandemic came, my business took a collapse. So I don't have the money she assumes I have. And she thinks I'm just going to be able to spoil her and take her on vacations. She thinks I just have all this money to do that. And she is so mistaken. And I know she's a gold digger because of how she has behaved in the past. And I just wish that she would know what boundaries are, because right now she doesn't know what personal space is and she doesn't know what boundaries are, and she is crossing those lines. And it won't be long before she takes things a little too far, because every time she comes around, it's like she's going a little bit further into that line that she's crossing. And once she gets caught on camera taking things too far, that could be used against her so that she can finally be placed away from me and I will not have to worry about her stalking me anymore. So that's one of the things that has been happening in my life. Some crazy woman obsessed with me. I don't know why she's obsessed with me. Like, what is the deal with her? It's like, just move on. Find someone else. Don't bother me, I got a lot going on in my life right now. We all got our problems. We don't need this, right? Nobody needs a stalker woman or a stalker man or whatever is out there. There's a lot of different nut jobs out there. But anyway, I have been busy doing a lot of things and focusing on keeping my business afloat. It's been a very stressful time for all of us. And I've said this before about my business. It was successful before the pandemic and then it all tumbled down. And I have a passion for health and fitness. That's always been my thing. And back about 15 years ago, I made some changes in my life, to be healthier, because I saw what was happening to my health, because I was so caught up in my e-commerce business at the time and my web designing, and it was a lot of sitting down at the computer. And so I wasn't getting a lot of physical activity when I was working, but then I would make up for it and be very active outdoors, but it was not consistent. And I would eat out at restaurants, and mostly Italian restaurants. And my blood pressure was super high, and I was carrying extra weight, but I was also working out and lifting weights, and I was very muscular too back then, but I was carrying a lot of water weight on top of that. And that was, I would say 20 years ago was when the problem really started. And about 15 years ago was when I recognized it and started working on fixing the problem. And I just started getting into health and fitness to a whole other level when I decided it was time to make a big change in my life and finally try to get off blood pressure medication and not worry about other medication to control my blood pressure. And so, I pushed hard to do that. And I wanted to share that with the world as well. So I found a way to share an inspirational thing with the world. And that was my health and fitness, my healthy cooking, my health when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to working out. It was a variety of things that I ended up sharing with the world. And one of the great things about the times that we live in now is that when you have this knowledge and experience and you have something that's inspiring, you're able to share it with a large amount of people around the world because of the internet. And so having this platform backed by Google, it was like, wow. So let me go ahead and let me open up a website and promote health and fitness. Let me be a health and fitness publisher and share healthy eating, healthy workouts, healthy foods, nutrition, the things that I do, share it with the world so that people could be inspired to be healthy and make better choices when it comes to foods and fitness. And that was something that I did about 15 years ago. And that was just something that was a hobby in the beginning because it was like I was enjoying sharing that with people. And then I found that if I worked with Google doing this, that I can reach out to more people. So I ended up advertising my website on Google to bring in more people to really change the world, just help people be healthier, right? I'm not telling people what to do, but I'm inspiring them by what I do to make myself feel better and how I'm staying healthier in the journey that I've gone on and bringing that to the website, the whole internet. And so when that started to build up, I'm like, wow, I'm getting a lot of traffic, people that are coming to watch and read my articles and being that person who is, just all about health and fitness. It was just a passion of mine, and to take it to the world was great. It meant a lot. And so when I saw all the traffic and views coming to my websites, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. These are people that want to learn about health and fitness and nutrition, and they're coming to see my publications about it. And when I saw that, I'm like, people are happy. The world's being changed person by person. And then I had some people reach out to me with some sponsors, for some health products and different things, organic foods. And I'm like, well, this is pretty cool. So I accepted some of the sponsorships because some of them were, something that I agreed about, that I would use myself. And I've been sent some products as well. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. And when that happened, it's like, it opened up a whole other door of opportunities. And then I had enough traffic on my website. I'm like, you know what? This website's doing well in the health and fitness. And then of course, the nutrition website. It was like, I had several websites that were about health and fitness, but I had them categorized. I'm like, maybe I need to have some Google ads on those websites. So I had published the websites and advertise them through Google so that it was easily found when someone searched about health and fitness and certain foods or certain ailments that they have. And I thought the best thing to do was to make money doing that so that I can put more money into publications and maybe helping the world more and more as my publications become more well known. And so that was something that I just had a passion for that continued on. And so I started getting paid pretty decent money from Google to host that educational, nutritional content, just the publications of health and fitness, changing the world person by person. And it was becoming a rewarding thing. So as time went on, I was getting more and more traffic. It was building more and more, and I was getting more revenue. And so this was Google advertisement revenue. So I would get Google ads. At that point, being able to provide a service to the community, and then Google would pay me advertisement share, they would pay me revenue to put their ads on my material. And of course, their ads would be relevant to the health and fitness. So then people would look at products that were advertised through Google, and then they would purchase those products. And some of those companies were sponsoring me, and I was getting these affiliate links, and then you would click on them and I would get a percentage of the profit. So these are things that were becoming very lucrative, and it was like, wow, health and fitness is paying off. I'm really enjoying that. So that was a big sector in my business. That was something I added onto my e-commerce and my web designing, because I was doing a lot of web designing for car companies, car dealers, just different companies and businesses. And I've also went to these sporting and wedding events, and they wanted me to record videos and do videography there. So I was promoting some of these businesses through social media, marketing and advertising. So a lot of that just helped build my success. And I enjoyed that. And then I incorporated YouTube into some of that, but of course I didn't want to advertise my health and fitness with my YouTube channels, because they were primarily about me going on road trips, going on vacations. And then there was like the creepy clown stuff and the stalker stuff and the paranormal stuff. And it's like, I don't want to associate all that with my health and fitness publications. It just seemed like it would be a conflict of interest. Plus, I'm not trying to mix, entertainment with business. And I don't know, it just become one of those things where I just wanted to separate that. And I just wanted to have organic, natural traffic coming from people who actually wanted to learn how to be healthier and be inspired by someone who's setting an example. And so that's how things were with me. If you're watching this video, thank you for being who you are. You're amazing. If it wasn't for you, there would not be YouTube. And I do appreciate all of you here. I have so many things that I want to share with you, and I want to take you along with me as I explore different places. And those of you who are members, there's an extra special thanks to you for supporting the channel financially and helping me grow the channel even faster. It's still a challenge for me, but I'm doing what I can to keep it together. And everybody here, whether you're a member or not, when you watch my content, it gives me a reason to upload another video. And I love to read the comments. So if you feel like commenting, go right ahead. I'll read the comments. And when I get a chance, I'll respond. I do get busy, but I do read them. And don't forget to smash that like button, because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And it gives me that incentive to just try harder and try my best to make the best content that I can and be as entertaining as I can. And I just like to see the engagement here. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss anything. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing as well. That way, you still don't miss a thing. Anyway, I gotta go. Like I said before, I got a lot of editing to do. So that's how that's gonna be. But anyway, stay safe and take care.